Hey there, kids, it's your best friend Jesus, and today we're going to be exploring kids without fathers. If you're dadless and you know it, clap your hands. If you're dadless and you know it, clap your hands. If you're dadless and you know it, 'cause the love he hasn't shown yet. If you're dadless and you know it, clap your hands. Come on out, Leroy. My dad left my mom alone.
I'm Michael Hillman. I'm a filmmaker, comedian, writer, and aspiring movie director. I like to tell stories, whether they're silly and crazy or about race or super inappropriate. The shit. Just getting a reaction out of people, really, that's why I do any of this. I used to make dubs back in the past. That's basically where you take a video and you talk over it. So this could be like a cartoon or an ad.
How come you gotta talk to me like that? What about the kid?
I'm 8.
She's 8, and as far as I'm concerned, she did everything I asked. What did you even shut up and listen. But if you're so keen on being treated as equals, let me put it to you this way. Did you do what Daddy asked you to? No. Were you bad? Yeah, I mean, I guess. How bad? Alright, this is getting a little weird.
Now they're way easier to come by on Twitter and shit because people they can't tell what's real on their phone. It's easier, but back then it was like fun. Like people took full episodes of cartoons and changed the plots and did that stuff. And so I don't think I would have had the idea to make this video about McGruff if I didn't know how to do that. So that said, McGruff is like a surviving R. Kelly spoof, but it's not like making fun of victims. It's making fun of the police. Everybody can make fun of the police.
See that girl? That's Jenny. And that's Jenny's new neighbor. If she gets in that car, she could be exposed to drugs, crimes, or even worse, minorities. See this community? Every year, undesirables move in and they all disappear. Soon enough, this entire court will be a designated cookout zone for slick-talking hoodlums and no-good Nick. Look, you know the deal, and so do I. So help old McGruff take a bite out of crime.
It's making fun of how the war on drugs, you know, because McGruff was sort of a part of that whole thing in Brooklyn. I did a whole bunch of research in the middle of doing this shit. Like, of course the jokes come to me first, but if you want the jokes to be funny, they have to be accurate because people will laugh at them if they click.
McGruff the crime dog here. Tony thinks he's gonna get home safe tonight.
Where you think you going, nigga?
Nice shoes, nigga. Look like a size 10 to me.
Tony was wrong.
Shit, I don't even want them anymore. Hurry up, get that nigga.
Really without them shoes. Wait, he's about to jump.
Oh, shit.
Nike, don't do it.
I did a lot of research about crime shit in McGruff, but not because I feel like pandering to people about crime statistics, but you gotta be accurate.
If you want to be a cop like me, Scruff, you gotta have reflexes. Good or bad? Go.
Good.
Good.
Also good.
Depends on who you ask. Next.
Yeah, that's good.
No, Scruff. I got a bad feeling about this one.
I do feel like it's my best thing because up until this point, I feel like I've always phoned it in somewhere in the process. Like I do one draft of a script or maybe two, not enough. Or I'll do a couple rough cuts, but not enough. For McGruff, I feel like I just worked on it endlessly. Like, if there was something to be changed, I went in there and changed it. Not to the point of trying to make it perfect, because then you just don't put anything out. But just free of errors, you know. You just want to show people, this is what I can do, but then here's also the silly shit.
This baby's like my second gun. It only shoots color. White balance, 3600K. Wanna be a baller, shot caller. You know that song? Every time you see one of those guys driving with that song playing, pull his ass over for drugs. 100% success rate.
That was the thing when we first started it. My friend, he had the puppet and he would just make jokes about it and be like, oh, McGruff is racist. Oh, because he sounds like Nixon, you know, the from Futurama. He basically did that voice with McGruff and said racist shit. And I'm like, dude, what if McGruff was racist? And then we just went back and forth, back and forth.
What was Mr. McGruff like when he came to your school? Darius?
Well,
He growled at me.
Why would he do that?
Look, I don't know what they're saying, but he was nice to us.
What do you mean, us?
The white ones?
Take a bite out of crime.
So the thing that inspires me the most to just to be creative, I think, is my friends. Because most of my ideas just come from warped things that they've maybe told me, or stories, or weird people like them that I feel like it's weird to explain to somebody, so you just make a thing and show them how funny this guy is.
And today we're going to be talking about abstinence. That's the absence of sex. And who better to learn about that from than a video gamer? Come on, Jimmy.
Hey there, I am Jimmy, and
Hey.
I play video games.
Oh.
No, I feel
Hey.
no shame, and yes, I know it makes me lame.
Very.
I play all day,
Oh.
I play all night, I get zero sunlight.
None.
Besides, who needs
Oh.
a pussy when your hand is really tight?
Speak for yourself.
My dad tells me
Oh. Hey.
he
Hey.
has no son.
He doesn't.
I
Hey.
stole his
Hey.
gun. I'm gonna kill him and shoot up my school. Hey!
Of course, Dave Chappelle. I don't think you're going to meet any black person in film, especially comedy, who doesn't say Dave Chappelle. And if they don't, they're lying. Dave Chappelle for sure. And the Chappelle Show, like Neil Brennan. Most people don't know Neil Brennan. He's this white guy who's really good friends with Dave Chappelle. And he directed the series. Well, I don't want to say, I think maybe season 2, certain amount of it. But he's this white guy, and he's hilarious. And he wrote for Chris Rock on his show and his stand-up. And yeah. So people like that inspire me. When I was a kid, I used to do these, the Captain Underpants comics. I wrote one that was called Captain Underpants, but he was like a living pair of underwear. So I think that's a pretty good metaphor for how I ended up creating. I'm just taking things that already exist and making discount shitty versions of them, like the McGruff thing. No, but when I was a kid, I used to do comics occasionally that were rip-offs of other things, but most I just played outside. I played the piano for a bit. I played the viola in the 6th grade. You go through art to find your eventual thing. And then I did breakdancing, which I did for 3 years. And I learned all about like music, and it's kind of a sport, so you learn how to be aggressive, and all this stuff changes you and influences who you are as a person. So without orchestra and breakdancing and underpants, I wouldn't be the filmmaker that I am, I guess.